Hello there, survivors, and welcome back to Svartalfheim in ARK Survival Ascended, where I've built this giant castle on top of a mountain. And it started off as just any regular random castle that I wanted to build with the dwarven structures, but slowly grew into something more than that because the first courtyard and main hall kind of reminded me of Hogwarts, so it kind of morphed into more and more inspiration from Hogwarts itself, although no way this is like a one-by-one replication of that castle. It's just heavily inspired by it. Now this thing is absolutely huge. There is so many structures here. I actually had to raise my structure limit just to be able to finish some regions of this castle, and therefore there's definitely some areas that don't really have any interior yet, no decoration, just because of the risk of running into the structure limit. But as I continue my adventures on Svartalfheim over time, I'm sure we'll be able to dedicate more rooms to specific uses and actually make them useful as well. Or maybe I'll try and invite some tribe mates that are better than me at making some nice interior decorations as well. But today I wanted to show you the full tour of this castle, show you around all the little rooms that I've made so far to, get a good view of the castle in its entirety. And here we go, we're here right in front of Hogwarts, or just my castle. I call it Durin's Keep because of all the dwarven stuff here on the map. So yeah, we got one of the main entrances right here, and then the other one to the courtyard and the main hall right over there. So yeah, a little overview. The castle is quite big. It's on top of this mountain with the hall in the middle, and it kind of goes all the way around it. Is located right here on the map, so pretty central on Svartalfheim as well. So yeah, we have a little courtyard over here that I've been using as my dino pen, so that's where I keep most of my tames. Then we got plenty of big buildings on the corners of that, hallways connecting it all, a bigger building over there in the corner that also kind of serves as the community center here for Svartalfheim, because yes, this build is on one of my community servers, so you can actually join this for free as well. Well, you do of course need to own Svartalfheim Premium to join this server. Then we got another building right here, which is what I use as my main storage and crafting hall here on Svartalfheim, and we got some towers there as well. Then we got another little courtyard back here, and then the giant tower that we have a lot of windows in, and some rooms behind that as well before coming back into the main hall and then the courtyard in front. So yeah, it is a very big build. There is so much here to see, and I really like the way it turned out. Of course, if I would have to do it all again, I probably would go for a slightly smaller scale and be able to add more details in over time, because now with the structure limit ever looming over this build, it's just not really that great to start decorating it. And also it's really giant, so there's definitely more space than I will ever need. Alright, so here we go. We have one of the main entrances. I put the rock drake up here, just transferred over some of those aberration creatures. We got the basilisk right here because there's no chamber of secrets yet. Maybe we'll make that down below in the cave sometime. Or no, I don't know. I've already spent a ginormous amount of time on this build. I don't know if we want to expand this any further. But yeah, we have one of the little courtyards here. So you enter from the stairs. Got a nice little courtyard here with some water and just some nice corridors on the sides. This really reminded me of Hogwarts already, so that's when I decided to maybe lean a little bit more into that inspiration. But yeah, I've got a lovely courtyard here. So using some custom cosmetics as well, the Gothic custom cosmetics, to get some of those gargoyles all around to add as details to the castle. And then here in the side bits, you have some amazing little views of the rest of Svartalfheim. There's a lot of cool views here of the castle, from the castle I should say, because we're so high up on the map. And with gliders like the Gigantoraptor or now the Rock Drakes or Yilings, that's actually really convenient to get around Svartalfheim a little bit easier as well. So yeah, we have here the main hall entrance looking quite good. This was the first thing that I built here as well. And yeah, we can go all the way up the stairs to enter the castle. And you can see I leaned a little bit more heavily into this with the Hogwarts inspiration after I decided to go there. So I decorate this as a little bit of the main hall from Hogwarts. So we've got some long tables with plenty of seats. And then we even have the banners back here because tribe made on the community server Wild made these for the Hogwarts Castle that another tribe made built on the center, and I figured, you know what, I'll give them a home here as well because I feel like they fit in quite nicely. I only did them here at the back though, haven't really added them in anymore because I didn't know for sure if I wanted to lean in too heavily to the Harry Potter Hogwarts theme. I think this is probably better off like this. But yeah, we do have my lovely little Cosmo that now is the headmaster of this castle. He rules over this castle in the absence of anyone else. But yeah, I really like this room and the decoration, even though it's very simple, of course, adding these stairs or these tables and these chairs in, it does fill in the room quite nicely. And I don't know what else I would have done here, but in a survival sense, this would probably be your like main storage room or whatever, because there's plenty of room. Then these windows are actually all the dino gates from the Dwarven structure mod. Then double door frames inside of them with the window doors to get this like stained glass effect, which looks quite cool and very Dwarven as well. So yeah, this build is actually mostly just the Dwarven mod. I think there's only in the towers on top there's a little bit of the ASR roofs to make steeper roofs, but other than that, it's mostly the Dwarven build mod, and then a little bit of the Amissa structures here with these pillars that look like lanterns that are quite nice. And I just added a bunch of fireplaces. That's why I brought a pyromane to power them all for the tour, just to add like the little cozy feel to this hallway. And yeah, I mean, this was the first thing that I built, but I still think this is one of my favorite places here in the castle. Yeah, it just really, even though it's a big one, it's still nice and cozy, and there's a lot of nice little details all around us. So yeah, we got the teacher's table here, but then if we go to the side, there's actually a little entrance into the main big ass tower, and I tried to go for the chaotic stair look here, also inspired of course by Harry Potter, by Hogwarts. And yeah, we got a little hallway here so you can cross over. There's a staircase leading into the rest of the castle. Then of course there's the crazy stairs here in the middle that will actually lead you all the way up to the top of the tower. And for some reason I've decided to have my travel station, my transfer station, right at the top of this. So I either need to walk all the way up the stairs every time that I want to transfer to any of the other servers, or well, I did also add in a teleporter so I can teleport from any of the many teleporters that I've placed around my castle. But yeah, we come here to the top of the tower. We got a little library. We got some Dwarven statues, some maps of the world, a piano, just a little bit of decoration. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, just to keep a little bit of purpose here at the top of the tower. We also have the travel station here, and it looks like someone has lost his or her pyromane right here when transferring. But yeah, we do have this nice little chaotic staircase, and I actually really like the way that turned out. It is crazy. It's definitely a lot of staircases everywhere, but I feel like that fits the theme, and it just allowed me to actually do something with this tower, because as I explained, I hit the structure limit here. I had to raise it to finish the build, so I wasn't really keen on adding more platforms and more floors in the tower, because that might just make me hit the limit over and over again, which, you know, wouldn't be the most convenient thing, of course. And also, what the heck am I gonna do with all that space? I already have so much space. So yeah, here to the side, however, we have a little, well, I suppose a classroom if we're sticking to the Hogwarts theme, but I turned this into my little steampunk inspired room, the gene scanner things, everything. So yeah, we've got a lot of the new steampunk things in here to kind of fill up this room, decorate that a little bit. And then we have the staircases as well. This one doesn't lead anywhere. This one is just the tower, but I believe that the other one, this will connect to the room below. But yeah, this is just like one of the classrooms, and I didn't really know what to do, but I figured it would be quite useful to have the steampunk room or the gene thing room. I haven't really played around with traits or genes or embryos or anything like that, but I know it's quite useful. So I did make the setup here just in case I continue my Svartalfheim adventure in the future and I need any of these things. They're also right here in place. Then we will continue our way. We have this staircase going down. This is actually a really nice part to the castle, I think. There's no real big important things here, but there's the feeling of the different hallways and stairs leading off to different places. So we have basically a way to walk around, and it connects to some of the other walkways, like the side rooms that we've just been at. I think there's a whole floor here in the middle that I haven't really decided yet what to do with, because I have too many of these kind of classrooms. But yeah, maybe I'll figure something out in the future. That's why I decided not to go too crazy with decorating and just wait until I actually need it. If I think of something to add, I will just fill in one of the many rooms that I still have available. And then down here, I just made some extra cryo storage. If I do start breeding here on Svartalfheim, we do have plenty of space for that, because this is actually quite close to where I have a little hatching pen right here. And so there we go. We have some hatching, some air conditioning right here in this tiny little courtyard in the middle of the castle. Then this actually leads off to a little bridge that I built on the edge of the big hole in the middle of the mountain. So yeah, this kind of leads back around to the main hall and then connects back up to the little courtyard that we started this whole tour at. So yeah, we do have this little connection just in case. And then there's actually also a little hanging bridge from the Klinger rustic structures connecting both sides, because I couldn't actually build a proper bridge from one side to the other. I tried, but yeah, it wouldn't let me go down far enough with pillars to make that happen. So yeah, let's go back this way and continue our way of the castle around here, because, well, there's still plenty of more to see. Actually, these towers you can also visit. So we have some of these towers that do have stairs in them, so you can walk up. I think you can even go to this next layer as well. Connects there, back again. And then we can go all the way up to the top of these towers too, which will then lead you out to these towers that are right here on the side of the building. Once again, beautiful views of the map all around us, which is always great, of course. And then we have still many more places for us to visit. So let's take these stairs down again a little bit at least, and then we can probably take this layer with the door instead of going all the way down, because as I said, there's many connections everywhere, including this one, so you can walk on top of the hallway instead of just through the hallway. We have some more towers around, of course, and this leads on top of this main hall, which is my crafting hall below here. Got a little greenhouse on top here as well, just in case I want to do a little bit of plant growing. And then we have this whole building, which you can also actually go up with this ladder. But I, again, haven't really dedicated any purpose to this because I've got too much space. But I do really like this building, and especially from the courtyard, this is just a nice little extra layer and detail to the whole building. And then here at the back, we've got another pretty nice building as well, using some of the stained glass from the Architect Structures Remastered mod. And then again, a big room that I have not really got any proper purpose for, but we do once again have a nice window to enjoy some of the views. I do have some beds up here to respawn myself, since it's close to my crafting stations. Then we have some towers here on this side. We have this one connected to a little tower over here. Once again, amazing views of the world around us, and of course of the castle all the way around us as well. And then we can take this staircase down into my crafting and storage hall. So yeah, you'll see some of the storage here already. And then the main storage using visual storage is actually right over here. So this is all the storage. Got a little bit of a visual setup, but I'm not quite sure if I did it right. I think I did. Yeah, we got the Dwarven forge, some extra storage around the room. Kind of just need the tech replicator here, and then I'm pretty much set up all the way. So we have a little cryo for the everyday tames, a little kitchen area here on the other side, and once again a proper view at the end and a teleporter to quickly teleport around the base because it's so big. And yeah, it just saves me so much time being able to teleport around instead of having to walk around. And this is the hallway leading back to the place that we were just before, instead of going on top what we did. And then there's another hallway here to this side that you can actually take. This will also bring you to the little hanging bridge that connects this one part back to the other courtyard. If you want to go around quickly, feels like a proper castle, right? You have got multiple ways around, multiple ways to find your way to your next destination. Then we actually have another hallway here connecting up to that other build on the corner. We can see some of these towers as well, and we can actually also enjoy the view over our dino pen down below here. So yeah, there's connections everywhere in this castle. It's a huge project. It's a very big project, but yeah, I do really like the way this all turned out. So yeah, we have our dino pen courtyard, of course, equipped with another teleporter, and a lot of my tames, including some of my shiny tames, are located right here. And I have some breeding set up here as well with an egg collector and stuff like that. So yeah, there's plenty of room here. As you can see, Ekros fit inside, so probably most of your bigger tames that fit through a behemoth gate can fit aside. I've got my yearling here chilling now as well, the dino sutures. Yeah, pretty nice in space, and I was able to save some of the trees that are naturally here just to have a little bit more of a proper garden feel in this courtyard. Also just using the normal ground and grass as the inside, just to have that greenery really pop through here. Then we still have the buildings on either side of this gate, which don't really have an interior yet, but they do of course form an important part for this main entrance. And as I said, the community center for this map for Svartalfheim is located in here, so people that play on the server can come here to, you know, basically drop off stuff they don't need, or look if anyone else has dropped off some stuff that they can take. So these are the adoption dinos that you can leave or take if you play here. And then there's some storage up here that is all unlocked so that people can drop off things if they don't need it, or some you know, utilities to use early on if they don't have that themselves yet. And then we have even more storage up here. I think I might use some more crafting stations here that are unlocked so that people can come here to craft things if they don't have those themselves yet, just to make it a little bit convenient and to, you know, welcome people in and actually give them something useful to do here instead of just visiting the build. Although, I mean, if you just want to visit the build and look at it, that's totally fine as well, of course. Got another hallway, once again aligned with proper views of both the outside as well as the inside here of our lovely dino pen. And then we have these buildings on the edge of the main gate, so we have pretty big rooms here still that we could use. Currently don't have any purpose for these, so haven't done anything with them yet. We've got some pretty big space up here as well, so plenty of room available should we ever need it. And then we have even more over here. I placed some beds down here to kind of start like a common room or whatever, but yeah, it's quite big. I need to kind of divide up these spaces in smaller spaces to decorate them in a proper way, I think. Then we can go down on the other side, and then we basically made a way around. So this connects back up to this hallway that goes to the bridge, and then over here we are back in the dino pen. So yes, it is quite a big project. It was a hell of a job working on this, but I took my time with it, coming back every time in between maps. That's kind of how I see these modded maps anyway. Like every time an official map drops, of course, you're going to want to play on that. But these maps kept me back into it and have some cool projects on there. And this was also one of the first builds that I actually used a lot of building mods to kind of enhance the possibilities. And especially these steeper roofs from Architect Structures Remastered are just so nice to be able to use, especially for builds like this, because you just need those different angles to really make all of your builds work. So yeah, we have the main gate here. We got these main hall with the courtyard in front of it as well, looking nice and mighty on here. And then if we zoom around to the other side of the castle, you can see the big main tower and these halls behind them. And yeah, this was definitely a massive project. Before you start asking, of course, there's not going to be a tutorial for this because it's way too big and most people won't even be able to build this anyway, because the structure limit would go crazy. But yeah, if you're ever planning on building your own castle, hopefully you will be able to take away some inspiration from this. I would personally say I love the fact that there's a lot of asymmetry in this build, because I feel like that is what most real castles would have as well. So that's definitely something to try out, and just take your time, you know. And if you're actually going to use it as a base, you probably want to see like what parts of the castle can you give certain functionality. So like, okay, the courtyard is going to be a dino pen, then we're going to have a tower with an aviary on top. Stuff like that I would probably recommend if you want to build a castle as your base. Anyway, that was the full tour of this castle, my Durin's Keep, Hogwarts, whatever you want to call it. I hope you enjoyed the tour. And if you did enjoy it, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know what kind of builds you would like to see in the future as well. If you want to join my community cluster, including this Svartalfheim premium map, but also other maps, of course, we've got pretty much all the official ones right now. Extinction coming soon, of course. And we also have the free version of Astraeus right now until it goes into the premium version. And we have the most amazing community playing with boss fights that we hosted, other events hosted, building challenges, breeding challenges, you name it. So definitely worth coming over and taking a visit. And this is one of my builds that you would be able to visit yourself. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.